everyone, so thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be doing a design team sketch. This is sketch number 3, and we're going to be using the new Kaiser Craft collection that I just received for June. And this is the sketch that we're going to be using, and all the measurements on here are in centimeters. So you can write them down if you want, and I'm going to show you the tools I use to figure out the sizes. This is the 6.5 by 6.5 pad that we're going to be using, and of course I've already pre-cut everything, but I did also I wrote down the measurements in inches. So I have this T-square ruler, and the best part is the top is in inches and the bottom is in centimeters. So when it says 7 or 8 centimeters, it's maybe like 3 inches, you know what I mean? So we're going to go ahead and put this all together. So our pattern paper is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. We're making another square card. And I really like this paper. I will try and make sure to leave a link here up in the top right about the actual haul video where I go through all the pages that are in the 6.5 by 6.5 pad. And I'm focusing on this particular pattern paper to be a Father's Day card. So that way, you know, we get people in the mood, because Father's Day will be coming up quicker than we think. And our mat page was 5 3/8 by 5 3/8. And this strip here was a 1/2 inch by 5 3/8. And this I'm using, it's a black, basically like a foil. Is it foil? I know it was from, yeah, it's the Metallics, a foil cardstock by Die Cuts with a View. That's going right down the middle. And on one of the project that I did first to try and like test this out, I wind up tearing it towards me, and it created more of the white on the outside, so you would see more of that white, whereas it's on the pieces that I've torn off here. So if you don't want that white edge, you tear away from yourself, and then if you want that edge, you tear towards yourself. Okay, and you'll see I bring in my tester at the very end, and you'll be able to tell the difference. And then I went around the edges with the black soot, and it didn't matter which way I had the paper. I don't know why, but I just like the green 4s going up and down. So and I think they wind up getting mostly covered. But our main focal image, that was the measurements, which I want to say the white cardstock was 2 3/4 by 3. I want to say it was 3 1/4. And then I'm just going around the edge here with some more of the black soot, and then attaching it to the cardstock. And then for the sentiment, it's actually 1 inch by 2.5 inches, and then the mat is 1 1/8 by 2 5/8. And I actually made that a little bit longer because I felt like my sentiment wasn't gonna fit right, and then I didn't move the sentiment to make it nice and even. You know, I set it up in my MISTI tool, and once it was set up, I didn't even think to readjust. But I think it still worked out okay, and it doesn't stand out horribly, so I just kept going. Now I'm going to attach those pieces together, and we're going to go ahead and attach. I wanted to put some twine on here. So this is some baker's twine, and I just put some tape on each of the ends, and then I'm wrapping it around, I think I do it 3 times, and then cut off the edge on the back. And then, so it's actually 4. There's 4 of those around, and I'm just going to put a whole bunch of ATG tape and some of the art glitter glue, and we'll get this attached to the card base. And if you're worried about the string in the back, you can put some fun foam behind this and then attach it to the card that way. It all depends on how you want your bulk. For me, I wasn't mad with the way that it was setting up. But I do find, like, when I put the sentiment on, I think next time if I were to do it with the twine, I would just make sure to put foam tape under that, so that way it's a little bit more evenly fleshed. But you can see here, we added the ATG tape, and then we're just going to go ahead and attach this straight to our project. And you could, of course, color in the focal image. You can use your Copics, your Zig watercolor brushes. There's so many different mediums you could use to color him in, but I kind of wanted to leave him just sort of like a sketch. And then what I'm going to do is take the Heidi Swap spray. I want to say it's teal, and I'm going to do a little bit of splatters because I see it in some of the numbers, like the 6 or the 7, and it's just going to be a nice little accent. And then I'm also going to take some of the black soot, and once it looks like it's kind of dry, I'm going to go ahead and do some splatters of that as well. And then when I was splattering, it seemed like it didn't want to tap well, so I just grabbed my little pickup tool or pokey tool and just hit the nozzle with that, and a little bit more of the splatter came down, and I was happy where it was laying. And then on the inside, normally I don't show insides, but this little stamp set is so cute, and I use it almost every year for Father's Day because I just think it's adorable. I mean, the dog is holding a fishing pole. So on the inside, I'm just going to grab some VersaFine Black Onyx ink, take the stamp Gone Fishing, and stamp that in the center using my grid mat to line it up. And that's it. Now, if you have, I have a stamp set that has like the koi fish, but if you have one that's like, smaller, you could always stamp some smaller fishes on the inside. The only image that came on this stamp set was the dog with the fishing pole, so that's what I stuck with. But here are the close-ups of everything. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Like I said, I will have links to the haul video showing this paper collection, and then I'll also show have a link to a previous one of the design team sketches. And this is separate from my normal Friday sketches, so I just want to show you the papers, and that you can use it for making cards just as well as doing scrapbook pages. So thanks, you guys. The links for scrapbookingwithme.com will be down below. And of course, if you use or go shopping and you use my coupon code TT15, you'll get an additional 15% off on everything that's not already on sale. Thanks again, and have a great day.